So, conspiracy in that cauldron? You crumbs grazzling about now.
Let's go, Eva, baby.
Always have a spare.
I know that's right.
What you taught me, Mama.
Don't leave a spare on the table, though. I'll pick that up. Good job, Eva. Good job, Kat. Good talk. Good job. Welcome, neighbors. Welcome back to the channel. This is Beyond the Gates for Review. And guess who came for a visit? Yes. Okay, we're gonna start right here. Today's episode had Anita and Vernon in the living room, and she was on the couch writing down some things for the group and trying to get some stuff for the schedule in order, you know, to make it actually perfect. And here comes Vernon walking in, and he was like, "Oh, what you doing?" And she telling him what she doing, and he was like, "Oh, I want to see." And she was like, this is a secret. This is for our eyes, me and the other girls, if she show, only." And then they was talking a little bit, and he was like, what makes you think they won't show? You need to have a little bit more confidence. Was it wrong to push you to try to go for your dreams, even though you deeply want this? Even though it may be super hard trying to rekindle and make amends with your friends, but you deeply need this. So she's like, no, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this and just hope that everything works out. She was like, maybe not even just push so much about the reunion, but just be happy that we're around each other. Yeah, try to forget about the show, okay, Anita? Deep down, y'all were sisters from preschool, and I know how tight I am with my people. Your family is who you choose, okay? And she chose these ladies, so you betrayed them, you hurt them, so it's time to make amends. It's time to own up like you the priest supposed to be. So do it. You know what I'm saying? Just please show that, because Miss Sharon, girl, the third member, is finally in town with Tracy. Tracy did her job. Thank you, girl. Get things done. It looked like Anita got a lot of work to do. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so when Verna's like, well, what time will they be here? She's like, actually, I just got a notice that their plane had already landed. They got their luggage. I'm guessing they're on their way to the hotel or something. They're supposed to be over there for the lunch that she's preparing. Too big of a fancy lunch, by the way, because private chef and doing all. There's a little bit too much. Anita, you could order pizza, some beer or something. You know, just go way back to the beginning. So then Tracy, then the door rings, and then Anita gets the door, and it's Tracy only. Tracy came in, she's like, listen, she is here. First, Anita was freaking out. Vernon was like, well, where's Sharon? And what happened? And Anita all like, she ain't come. She don't want nothing to do with me. She don't never want to see me. Anita, calm down. Tracy turned around. She's at the hotel. We about to meet up at the diner for lunch because that's what she wanted. So I'm going to go handle that. Talk to her some more over there. And hopefully we both will return. Say a little prayer. Werner's like, we're going to say several. Yes, you do so. You do that. And she's like, okay. Okay, we'll be here. And by the end of the episode, well, we get to see that. Because in the middle, Tracy went back to the diner. She met with Sharon. We got to see Sharon. I do not know that actress. If any one of you know, please comment below and let me know who that is. But she came in there, baby. She reminded me of, dang it, I'm not going to think of remember her name. No, Tasha. Tasha from, if anybody watched Tyler Perry stuff, oh gosh. She like this loudmouth. This lady remind me something like that. Because she looked like she throw down. So she looked like she don't take no jump. And she's pretty much telling Tracy, like, listen, You may be kumbaya with Anita, but I'm not, and I ain't forget about the pain and the hurt and back then. And Tracy's like, yeah. Listen, it's the same song, same dance. Aren't you tired? Don't you want to let go of that hate and anger and past and all that? She's like, it's time for us all to move on. Let's see how it feels with all of us in the room. Just let's start there. So, Sharon's like, listen, all right, I'll do this, but just to let you know, if I don't have 1 ounce or see or feel 1 ounce of sincerity, it ain't gonna happen. So, Anita, I don't know if you're an actress or anything, but you might want to just prepare to put on your best show, and please speak from the heart, like the real heart, and nothing nasty. But however, I had all those thoughts at that time when they was talking. And then Sharon at the end of the episode showed up at Anita's door. Anita opened it. Sharon is right there. Anita is like in shock that she's standing right there, and she's just like lost in words. Imagine that. And then Sharon is like, well, do I need an invitation or something she was saying, or do I stay here and melt? You know, like, you gonna let me in? You gonna say something? You gonna do something? So when it went off, though, the previews for next week, it looked like Anita and Sharon is going back and forth. Listen, where did Tracy go? Tracy, the deal was you were supposed to come back with Sharon so you could be the referee. It looked like they need a few referees next week, so we'll see for that. Okay? Let's go to the next. We got Ted and Andre. Hi, Andre, you sexy motherfucker. I wonder where he was at. We got Andre and Ted in Ted's hotel room, and he's telling Andre what happened with Crazy Leslie, aka Sharon. Dana, whatever her real name is. I would love to know which name is the real name. I think the Leslie is the makeup name, and maybe Dana is the real name. Then again, whatever her real job is somewhere else, we'll come up with another name. She got enough wigs, more wigs than names. How about that? So he was telling Andre what happened, and Andre was like, that lady's nuts. And for a few minutes, he was like, it look like you trying to be around. And he was like, no, obviously the lady is stalking me and using Eva and trying to set her up. And we need to find out this and that and third. So he told him about the investigation with Laura and all that. Like, we looking trying to see if Leslie or Eva is even tied to that. And he was like, I gave up some footage for Jacob to look over. And we found a picture that we can't really tell if it's Leslie or Dana or not going into Laura's room. So Ted is like, I was going to ask Eva. Yep, sir, you was going to do a lot of things, and you're kind of a little slow about it. You know, from a man who said, I don't want my wife back and I don't want this. You're a little slow and timid to do stuff. Ramble it, man. Do something. So he was like, I was going to ask Eva if she knew anything about that, but I don't know. It's just nuts. She's nuts, and I want her to stay the hell away from me. So he was like, I want to talk to Nicole, but I know that she don't want to talk to me. I would send her gifts like I normally would, but I know she might not accept it. It was a whole bunch of I knows. So he was like doing a speech, and was like, Andre was trying to give him a little advice, and then Ted was kind of like slighting him, like, listen, man, you're a player. You've been a player for as far as me and your aunt done known. You don't really know heart. You don't really know love. You don't really know emotions. You don't really know this. You don't really know. Andre like, you sound just like Aunt Nicole. And he was like, well, you should listen to us, you know? I mean, I know you mean well, but you don't really know. You know, just name one person off your little romantic list that you remember that really crept in, that really stayed with you. Just name one more, child. Why Andre blurred out, all right, I'll give you one. How about Dani? Taylor, I'm sorry, what? Wait, Dani who? Dani Dupree? Dani? Yep. Dani? My wife's sister, Dani? And he's like, yes, her. So he told him everything about that. And then Ted was like, well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I know you mean well, but you don't really know. So he Poor Ted was just standing there in shock the whole conversation. He was like, oh, well, wow, listen, the Dupree's already trash you when you do the women wrong, and lately the women of the Dupree been getting stomped on lately. Don't be like one of us on the outside, like me and Bill and everything else. You know, don't screw this up, pretty much. And he was like, and it also sounded like you're more into her than she is you. And he was like, well, you know, I like to think that maybe she really into me, you know, but because of Bill, and or maybe that's what I just hope. Listen, as long as you're not talking about Ashley no more, okay. Now, however, I need you to make the next step and go make it known to Dani. Like, listen, woman, you need to fess up, announce that we together, or even trying or something, or out. Because on the other side of the town, we got Pamela with Dani at the bar, and Pamela's over there trying to force a freaking date. She got this man showing up named Adam. He looked nice. But it ain't for Dani. Showing up, Dani, of course, thinking it's some type of model. She's like, we need models because my ex-husband, child, bride is with child. And, you know, Pamela got the look on her face like, oh, not this again. Yes, this again. She already knew. So she's already on a mission to try to hook Dani up with a man because, baby, you need to move on. That's what everybody's thinking. But however, the guy showed up. Dani is all looking at him like, oh, you're a model, great teeth. What's your, where are your photos? Where's this? What's that? Where's that? Pamela like, would you shut up and let him talk and let me explain? And Dani, of course, is too hyped because she sees this man in front of her. She thinking business now. So she's all like, no, well, what's the day? When did this and when did that? She was like, oh, okay, all right. Introduced herself. Okay, I'm Dani, and who are you? He was like, I'm Adam something. And recently divorced. And Pamela's like, he owns his own business, a jewelry. And he's single, and I got him here for you. She was like, oh, okay. Leave your number or something, whatever. And hurry up and quickly sent him off his way. Of course, he was all hype. He was all hope. He was like, yeah, you like the hottest thing. And she was like, stop right there. I already been there, done that, did a lot of things. Ain't nothing you can show me that's better. Damn, Dani. Pamela even looked, what are you doing? She was like, I'll call you. Probably not. And then he leaves, and Pamela's like, what are you doing? You need that. You need a man. You need a man. You need a man. Dani's like, why the hell is you telling me that? She said, because you need to let Bill go. You need to move on. That's all you do is talk about him or Haley and this and that and third. You need to move on. He has. Well. Because she did all of that, that's where it goes, Dani goes, well, maybe I have been riding a horse, and I pretty much like it. So, of course, that Pamela's like, hey, wait, what? What now? What, you got a secret? So, she told her all about Andre. She was like, what? She's like, oh, I thought he wasn't answering your call. She was like, because I probably screwed up. I'm a mess. Yeah, you got the man a little confused, Dani. You got the man a little confused. He a little confused. Y'all just need communication. So anyway, she was like, why don't you just call him and tell him and blah, blah, blah. So we got to see what happens with Dani and Andre. But at least somebody knows about both of them now. And hopefully I push them together and away from Bill. Because next week, y'all saw it. If y'all ain't see that preview, Bill goes right next to Haley. So that action should be coming soon. Great. We need it. Now let's go to Super Cop, Kat, and Eva. Okay. Kat is with Mona. How y'all feel about Mona? I don't really know. I could do with or without her. And nothing special. We got Mona and Kat in the living room, and they are getting boxes together for donations of clothes that came from the church. Mona's church. Remember that. So they're going through that. Kat telling also, it's good for the giving people something for hope to look good and feel good about themselves and this. And she gave us some random conversation speech. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So she's going through the boxes and she's pulling out stuff. And then she goes and tells Mona about what happened at Ted and Leslie, and they're discussing that in the living room, Nicole's living room. Like, could you have that discussion somewhere else? Do not be a Chelsea up in this muff. So then Mona's like, oh, that lady is nuts, and she betrayed me, used everything. You know, they having the whole normal hate speech about Leslie. And then Kat says something about, yeah, it was trifling or something. And then here comes Nicole walking in. Did y'all see that Febreze on the table, by the way? I saw it. She comes walking in over here. So what was tragedy? What happened? And she, you know, Kat like, oh, nothing. She's like, no more lies. What happened? Then the next thing, Kat says, okay, Mom, it's something I need to tell you. And I'm like, no, do not tell her. Do not be a Chelsea. No. Next scene was she told her about the investigation, showed her the picture, told her the theories and all that. So they're standing there talking about that. Meanwhile, Kat's still going through the boxes. What she pulled out the box? A leather jacket. What leather jacket? Leslie Dunlap's jacket that she had wearing while she was on the bike running over. Why is it in the box, ma'am? And not only that, that's cool. If you're going to donate that and put it in the box, that's great. What do you do when you donate clothes? You're supposed to do what? Go through what? Pockets, you idiot. How the hell you going to turn over a doggone jacket to a donation? And they got, and I don't mean one receipt. I don't mean one receipt. Man, that girl pulled out like 5 or 6 receipts of different places, the whole damn trail of what Leslie was doing the whole damn day. Ma'am, what are we doing here? So now Kat got all that. They're discussing that. They're like, it's a nice trail. We could do this. We could use that. We could check this. We could go check that. But on the other side of the town, we got Eva going over there to go pick up the rest of the stuff from her mama. Trifling. And her mama and they got her headphones to listen to Temptations, going through, putting stuff away. She went in her little closet. She knocked over her bag. Guess what that was? The helmet. She over there, but she has headphones on, so she can't hear. Eva used her spare key, came in, saw her mama dancing, flipping around with the bag, saw what it was, and dipped back out. Stood in the hallway, started knocking on the door, Mama, yelling so that she can play it off. Leslie hurried up and got the damn bag back in the closet, whatnot, and then came and let her in. She's like, oh, you okay? You ain't hear me? How come you ain't hear me? She was like, oh, I'm in here listening to Temptations because you know how I feel about my group or whatever, blah, blah, blah. What you need? And she's like, just came to come pick up the rest of my stuff. And she was to go turn around to go walk in her room. She's like, oh, no. It's right there. Y'all, your little gather is right there. Charles, Leslie done packed the rest of her little gathering stuff in a trash bag. And just had it in the chair waiting for her. So Eva's like, oh, dang, Mama, you got a suitcase? She was like, oh, hi, Sedity, you need a suitcase. I mean, I got a box, but you got to bring that back. Bring the box back, bitch. She did that kind of look too. She's like, yeah, okay, fine. She started putting stuff in the box and whatever, and she's standing there and they having words. She was like, and Leslie was like, you betrayed me, you standing here like I owe you something. You got everything that you wanted from your daddy and those kin folks, and you probably be sitting around talking to me and talking to them, talking about how crazy your mama is, and she's saying all of these hateful stuff to her instead of making a friend, bitch, because you're gonna need her. And Eva is sitting there like, no, Mama, I miss you. I still want to be around you. Girl, I don't even know why you still tried, because I would have left. I would have left. Anyway, Eva gave her best shot. Leslie wasn't budging. She pretty much told her, go over there with your fake kin folks and stay. She was like, I want my key. Okay. She gave her key. She picked up her box. She looked at her. They both crying. She leaves out. I'm like, Leslie, what the fuck are you crying for? You the one kicking her out. Mind you, that's what she said. You the one to kick me out. I didn't want to go. You kicked me out. So then the next thing we know, we got Mona and Kat at the diner Still talking about Leslie in the case. And then here comes walking Leslie out. I don't know. She must have been walking out the bathroom, whatever, saw them. She's like, oh, look. They said it takes a coven to make witches, but I guess two will just do. I was like, well, I mean, you did show up now. So she's like, what we talking about? What we conniving about? What we sneaking about? I mean, you do know all about that. So while they're standing there talking to her, guess where Eva at? She went back to that damn house, and guess what she had? An extra spare key. Good freaking job. She went in and got that helmet, baby. And, well, now all I can say is, Kat, you really do need to leave your cousin where she's at. And go ahead and work as a cop, a PI, something like that. You need a sidekick. You could do a side hustle. It'll probably work out great because you did a better job than Jacob. Now, Kat has the jacket and receipts. Eva has the helmet and the gloves. We need somebody to find the bike. It would really be nice if Jacob can do his job and find that bike.